Hey everybody, my name is Keith Seatstra, and this is my introduction for the course. So maybe just a little bit about me to start. So I currently live in Rock Valley, Iowa, which is a small town of about 4,000 people. And there I serve here in our local church as the director of discipleship, which is really kind of like an assistant pastor type role in some of my duties and expectations. And I've been in that role now for just about 4.5 years. And it's a full-time job for me, and because of that, that's kind of the reason why I'm in this course and not doing the traditional CPE hours is just with the demands of a full-time job as well as my family dynamics. I just needed something that was a little bit more consistent and not necessarily leaving our community every day to be able to participate in those CPE hours. So about my family, I'm married to my wife Anita for 14 years, and together we have 4 beautiful kids. My oldest is my son Case, who will be 10 in June, my daughter Lydia, who just turned 7, my daughter Savannah, who is 5, and my little girl Avery, who will be 3 in just a couple of weeks. And so, yeah, life is very full and busy. And so, if I'm honest, coming into this class, I'm finishing my MDiv through Fuller Theological Seminary, and I'm actually finishing my final course, which is Hebrew. It'll be done here in a couple of weeks. And I'm also taking a couple of other MFCA classes right now, the RCA Polity, the RCA History and Missions, and now picking this course up about halfway through those. And so if I'm honest again, I'm just really anxious. It's a lot of coursework that I'm juggling. It kind of comes at the good time in the church calendar. There's not a ton of things typically happening here in our local context. And so it's a good time for me to be able to dive into some extra schoolwork as I push towards, again, finishing my MDiv and really starting into the final steps of the certificate for fitness for ministry and the ordination process within the RCA. And so, yeah, those are just some of the things that I'm carrying in, but there's also an excitement for me, probably because I know I just have some things to unpack. For me, I graduated from college with 2 degrees, a business administration and a business education degree, and I actually then spent 7 years out of college as a high school business teacher, working in a high school in another small rural town here in Iowa. And it was about year 5 or 6 of that where I really just started to wrestle with, is that where I was supposed to be? And long story short, I left education and have now ended up here serving in ministry, pursuing becoming an ordained minister of Word and Sacrament within the RCA. And so just really a chance to walk through that, even to look at my family dynamics and to see what that, how that has influenced who I am and what I bring into ministry. So I think there's just an excitement for me about wanting to be my healthiest self, wanting to not only be healthy for myself, but for my wife, for my kids, for the church family that I serve, for those who provide pastoral care towards. And I think this will be a really important part of that. So looking forward to it and looking forward to hearing just a little bit about each of you, not only through these introductions, but throughout the course ahead. God bless.